Hello,
Hello.
everyone.
Hi, good
Hi.
morning.
Good
Hello,
morning, good
everyone.
morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Mhm.
Thank you, viewers, for joining us again today. We hope you're well wherever it is you are around the world. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Thank you once again for coming to be with us this Saturday morning. It's morning here in the UK, and with me are my lovely, lovely business partners. And this morning we're going to be sharing with you that you matter more than you think. So Leela is going to introduce herself and she's going to start us off this morning. Go, Leela.
Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. Thank you, Madupi. I'm Leela. I live in the UK. And thank you for watching us. I'm very grateful. So, I will be talking about your influence matters, even on the days you don't even notice it. Every choice you make, every step you take forward toward a better life, it leaves a quiet footprint on the people around you. When you decide you're done with burnout, when you choose growth, when you start building something for yourself, you're showing others sorry. You're showing others what's possible. You don't need a title, a stage, or a huge following to make an impact. Your daily actions, your energy, your courage, that's where your real power lives. We were just talking about the energy. It's so important. What energy you're giving to the universe. People uh, can resonate with your energy and how you feel and connect with you. So keep showing up for your dreams. Keep choosing the life you want over the life you're supposed to settle for. You're inspiring someone just by rising, and that ripple can change everything. Keep going. Your story is becoming someone else's hope. Thank you.
Thank you, Leela. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We hope that you have picked one or two things from what Leela has shared with us this morning. Now we're going to go over to Elizabeth, who's also going to introduce herself and give us her take on You Matter More Than You Think.
Good morning. Hello, beautiful people, and happy Saturday. I'm so grateful to be with you here today. Can you imagine? Today is the 22nd of November, 2025. We just started the year. Just yesterday, we said Happy New Year. And today we are here, 22nd. We are already getting to, the end of the year. On my street, I've got some neighbors already putting out Christmas decoration. The main thing is that God has been so amazing to us. He's been faithful. We are still alive. It's a miracle because we're not better than those that have passed away. So I'm so grateful to connect with you at this time of the morning, right? On a Saturday, very precious time, especially for moms like us that, or for workers that, we've done the 9 to 5 and we want to just relax on a Saturday morning, but you are intentionally showing up this morning to learn from women like you. So thank you so much. I'm so grateful. My name is Elizabeth. I live in the UK. I'm a logistics and supply chain professional. So I'm so grateful. I will be talking to you about living with intention, right? Making a choice that aligns with your value. This one is very close to my heart. This message is personal. It's for a woman who is tired of just surviving, who is tired of just putting herself last and tired of living on autopilot, because that's what we women do, right? We are, German. We do everything at once. We invest in other people except us, right? So today we're talking about living with intention, making choices that matches who you truly are, not who life has pushed you to be. So let me ask you a question. How many times have you woken up, got the kids ready, rushed to work, come home, tired, and realized the whole day just happened to you, right? No joy, no purpose, no you in the picture. I lived like that for years as well. I was working hard, doing everything for everyone, but nothing for myself. And one day I said, no more. My life must reflect my value. Ladies, intention changes everything. When you choose with intention, you stop allowing life to control you. You take back your power. You start living aligned with what matters: faith, family, freedom, growth, purpose. And you don't wait for the perfect moment. You create that moment, because there's no perfect moment. Maybe your value is freedom, but you're stuck in a cycle that keeps you trapped. Maybe your value is family, but you barely see them because life is pulling you into every direction. Or maybe your value is growth, but fear keeps holding you back from taking that next step for you today. Hear me today. Your value means nothing if your choice don't match them. Every choice you make is either pushing you closer to your future or pulling you deeper into the life you no longer want. And this is why I'm so passionate about what I do now, helping women, especially immigrants, mothers, working professionals, take back their power and build something that aligns with their value. Because you deserve that option. You deserve option. You deserve a life that feels good in your spirit and not just a paper. If you value freedom, make a move towards freedom. If you value time, you need to build something that gives you time. If you value purpose, you need to step into purpose with boldness. And ladies, life doesn't change by accident. It changes by intention. By saying, I choose me today. I choose alignment today. I choose a future that matches my heart. So if you've been praying for a sign, this is it for you. If you've been asking God for direction, this is your confirmation. If something inside of you is saying, I want more, then listen to it, because the woman you dream of becoming is on the other side of one intentional decision. So let's rise together. Let's live fully. Let's choose boldly. Let's walk in alignment, because you are worthy of the life you imagine. And God is ready, to back any step you take in faith. But you need to step out. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Liz. So I hope you have your pens and paper, our viewers, to jot down all these golden nuggets. Now we're going to move over to Moromake. Please, Moromake, introduce yourself and take it away.
Hello, good morning, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Moromake Ajayi. I'm a nurse and a mom of 3, and I live in the United Kingdom with my family. And I'll be talking about something very important too, like just in addition to all that my business partner has talked about, I'll be talking about create a ripple effect. Creating a ripple effect is something that we do every day, whether we realize it or not. And these effects can either be good or bad. No matter who you are, no matter where you find yourself, you are creating an effect. It is now dependent on which kind of effect you are creating and what the people that receive those effects do with it. So I want us to cite an example of like putting water in a bowl, settled water in a bowl, and you put a stone in the middle of that water. The effects that a stone will create is different from the effect that putting a feather will create. And depending on how big the stone is, they don't create the same effects depending on their sizes. So, but one thing is sure, whether big stone or small stone or a feather, just ensure that you are creating a positive effect. Because there are some people that may not be able to come close to you, but they are watching and they are picking from those things that you are showing daily as you go about your life. So I want to encourage us today. One small heart, expanding and touching life that you may never met in your life. That is creating an effect. So it goes beyond you. It goes beyond what you might even think of. But as you do anything in life, just have it at the back of your mind that people are watching and people are tapping. They are feeding their energy from the kind of energy that you push out there. So when you choose to show courage, someone is watching you. When you choose to start a new journey, someone is silently, feeding on that and saying to him or herself that, oh, it is actually possible to start something at 30, at 40, at 50, at 60. We have people like that in our community that we look at their life and we be like, oh my God, at 60, they still give themselves that opportunity to start something new and create it beautifully, graciously. And we are all feeding on their energy. We are all feeding on their courage every day, encouraging us to also move on. So when you choose to show all this discipline, courage, people are getting value from you. They are feeding their own dreams from whatever you do. So you don't need to be loud. You don't need to be on the biggest billboard before you create effect. So I want you to ask yourself today, what ripple effect do you want to create? What example do you want to set? What legacy do you want all your action to speak out to people? Because life is not just happening. We are influencing in this journey of life. So make your influence count. Whether big or small, make it count. Make it worth it. Make it something that people somewhere will say, oh, have you checked this so person on Facebook? Have you checked this so lady on TikTok or anywhere? I don't know her, but she's doing something great. You need to check her out. That is the kind of effect that you want to push out there. I hope that as we are looking forward to a new year, we will use this as a stepping stone and build something beautiful in the year 2026. Thank you very much and have a lovely weekend.
Thank you, Moramake. Thank you. Like I said, I want to believe that a lot of pens are moving on a lot of paper right now. Thank you for those golden nuggets as well. And finally, before we end, I'm just going to highlight the fact that each and every one of us is leaving a mark. It doesn't have to be anything big. It doesn't have to be anything over the top, but we're leaving a mark. Yeah. And most generally, we think that wherever small corner of the world we're doing what we're doing, no one notices. Rest assured, someone is watching you. And what you do will influence the person one way or the other. I'm going to give an example. I read recently of a young boy, I think he was about 12, who was riding his bicycle and he saw a truck stop, and the person in the truck came out and offered ice cream to a little girl about 6 years old, and with that ice cream lured her into his truck and took off. And this boy and his friend on their bicycles chased down that truck for about 15 minutes. When the man saw that they were not giving up, he stopped, put the girl out of his truck and drove off. They could have said, we're just 12 years old, what can we do? Or they could have allowed the fear of, oh, this big man in this truck, maybe he might harm us. Or they'll have been thinking, what if we, hurt ourselves trying to chase him down? They didn't think of all of that. All they were thinking about was there's a life that needs to be saved. And they gave it all they had. And of course, that one little act has created a ripple effect. The leaders of that community came together to congratulate them. They're on social media and all of that. So we might think that whatever it is we're doing in our small corners don't matter. They matter. And sometimes it's the difference between saving someone's life and letting that person meets destruction. And then another thing I also want to round up with is the fact that I used to think, when you say leaving a legacy, I used to think that, okay, at the end of your life, then this is a legacy you've left. But I realize now that actually we're leaving a legacy every day. Case in point, there's a gentleman in our business who was talking about why he joined the business. And he said the legacy he wants to leave for his children is that I don't want you to grow up, get married, have children, and not be there because you're working. So he said he wants his children to look at him and see that, okay, daddy didn't work all his life. Daddy did something that allowed him to be present for us, allowed him to be there when we needed him the most. And that, because of that, his children are likely to also take options that will make them be present for their own families. So today, as you go into the rest of your weekend, start to think, what legacy am I, not that will I leave, because we have started to leave those legacies. What are the daily actions and the daily decisions I'm making that are leaving a legacy for my nearest and dearest? If tomorrow was your last day, what would be said of you that you did or accomplished in the time while you were here? And that's what we want to. We want to leave an impact, like Moromoke said, that will make people think, oh, let me go back and see what this person did while they were here, And then, like when I heard a story of someone as well that said he met someone who he didn't know. And when he mentioned his name, the person was like, oh, are you the son of so-and-so? And I was like, yeah. And fortunately, because his father had a great impact on that person, he enjoyed the benefits of what his father had done. Now, imagine if his father had treated that person badly. If it was a job opportunity, that would have been the end. So let's be intentional, like Lee said, intentional about everything we do on a daily basis, so that, at the end of the day, what we have left is something that's worth emulating. So that's it from us today. We hope that you are going to go away with, a lot of things that are worth thinking over, and things that would influence your decisions going forward. So we'll see you on Tuesday by the grace of God. Thank you once again for joining us, and bye for now.
Thank
bye,
you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.